This video will describe all the necessary steps to install the tooling for building an Aleo. It will go from the prerequisites to the command line interpreter, installing the wallets, and having testnet credits in order for you to be ready to build. Okay, so let's set up your environment now. So the first thing you need to do is to install a wallet, because basically what we saw earlier about creating an account using SnarkOS new command is that you will not be able to interact with decentralized applications that are built in the browser with their front end basically. So let's download the wallets from inside your browser so we can access the applications. There is both a desktop version of the Chrome add-on, and there is a mobile application as well, but for testing purposes I advise you to begin with the desktop version. So basically there are some wallets on Aleo. There is the Leo wallet, the Puzzle wallet, a Sauter wallet, a Veil, and basically you can choose which one you prefer to use, but in this course we'll go with the Leo wallet, which is the most used. So basically it's a Chromium-based extension, so only available to Chromium-based browsers. So for instance, Edge, Brave, Opera, Chrome. And to install it, it's very simple. You just go to the Chrome store and at the link that is in the course, you click on the Add to Chrome button and a dialog box will appear and you click on Add Extension. So once the wallet is installed, it will require you to mark down a seed phrase. This seed phrase represents your S from the account in last video, and it's just a human readable way of representing that 256 integer. You just mark it down, store it in anywhere safe, and then you can start using the wallets. You will have to put in a password as well, because this will encrypt on your computer your seed phrase, so people cannot just read it from your hard drive disk. Okay, so now that you have that wallet, you're ready to install all the CLI tools. Prior to installing all the command line interpreters we'll need on Aleo, we need to install a few prerequisites. So let's install Git. There is a link to actually do that. And Rust, because all the CLIs and tooling for Aleo is written in Rust. And you will need to install it to actually compile those interpreters. And in order to install Rust, you will need to apt install on Ubuntu all those command lines. The thing is, if you're working on Windows, you will need to either install Rust and all those components on Windows on your own, because those commands are made for either Homebrew or on Mac or for Ubuntu. If you actually use Windows, I advise using our Docker image that is provided with the course, and that would make things a lot easier. So once you're done with that, you can install actually and configure Rust. All the commands that are here should be sufficient to do so. And we'll also need to have Node.js, because our front-end libraries actually are written for our Node.js environment. So let's just install the Node 20 version. We'll also need Node for the SDK package in order to do all the Aleo operations we need. There is actually WASM built specifically to execute SnarkVM commands, but directly from our JavaScript. So now the CLIs. So to install the CLIs, you have two methods actually. You can build it directly from the source, build it from crates.io, or directly install the executable files. So I advise to install it from source code. That way you have the source code for SnarkVM and SnarkOS actually install to download it on your machine. You can go through it, understand how it works. And that way, if you have specific branches, different version of Snark VM, if you do some tweaks in the code, you'll be able to recompile everything, and that way it's usually even better to build from the source code. That way you know what you're executing. So now that your install is done, you can simply type in Snark VM in the command in your command line, and it should just show you the help message. Same with Snark OS. We can just clone the mainnet branch and then download it. For Ubuntu users, you will need to run a special script that is not required for the macOS users, and then you can simply install from source. There is also the Aleo programming language that you will need to install as well. Same, you will clone it from the repo here, and you'll be able to run it in the program right here. And there is a very important VS Chrome extension that will do all the syntax highlighting, and you will be able to see the errors for your programs directly using it. I recommend using VS Code for this course, as I'm not sure there are extensions for other IDEs, so I'd advise you to go with that. So now that you have all the tools, you'll need to get some testnet faucet credits. So the first thing you need to do is go into your settings, advanced settings on your Aleo wallet, and turn it into the testnet, because you don't want to use real mainnet credits in order to do transactions for testing your programs. So there is a special testing network which is called a testnet. You can simply configure your Aleo wallet in order to use it. The view key, private key, and address is the same on the testnet as on the mainnet, contrary to some blockchains. And now you can get ready to get credits, because you will need it to pay transaction fees, to deploy your programs, and to actually run transactions. So the tool in order to get those credits is called the faucet. There are 3 faucets in the Aleo community, one run by the Puzzle wallet, the other run by Aleo wallet, and the last one by Soder. So in order to get some, we'll use the Aleo wallet. For that, you will need a Discord account. If you don't have a Discord account, I'd advise on using the Soder wallet. The link will be provided as well in the course. And you can just click on that link. You'll end up in channel, so just join the Discord server for Aleo. Just press the request faucet button. You will have a pop-up that will appear. You just fill your address. So in order to get your address that you paste here, you go into your wallet, click on receive, and then you can copy the address by clicking on it. So you go back to that address field in your Discord pop-up, you paste it, and you type in enter. The address will remain private, and you should receive in a few minutes around 15 credits. So there is a 2 hours cooldown for, you cannot spam it in order to be sure there is no denial of service here. And if there is a problem, you can directly open a ticket on the Discord to see what the error is, or send me directly a message. If all of you at the same time try to get credits from the faucet, there is to be a problem, as there is a global limit, but that would mean that the course is super successful, so I guess that would be a good news. That was a quick course. Next time, get ready to actually build your first private programmable applications and get your hand finally into the Aleo programming language. Get ready.